Russia is bombarding Uzbekistan and all Central Asia with propaganda right now, and it's pretty nasty, a lot of it, frankly. The statements from as senior a person as Mr. Medvedev and many others, these are absolutely beyond any reasonable or normal limits, extremely aggressive. It's as if they're announcing to the world that whatever happens in Ukraine, we aren't done. We're going to go after Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan. We're going to go after the Caucasus, who knows, the Baltic countries. It's all very, very aggressive and pathetic. Now, the question is, how should Uzbekistan respond to this? I think the first thing is for Uzbekistan to realize that the war in Ukraine, Putin's savage attack on Ukraine, has demonstrated above all Russia's weakness. This is stripped bare the mask that all those fancy parades in Red Square created. And now we realize that the Russian military is a farce. All it has is numbers and brutal leaders who are willing to sacrifice tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of Russian lives for an objective that is unattainable. We understand this. Therefore, Uzbekistan should not treat this as something frightening and awful. It should rather almost feel pity for the foolish Russians who are making these statements. The Uzbeks are doing the right thing. They are emphasizing their own sovereignty, their own self-determination. They're open to good relations on all sides, including with Russia, but there must be standards. And I think it's important for Uzbekistan to point out to Russia every time it violates those standards, and indicate to Russia there's a price for doing that. And that Uzbekistan lives in a big world. It has friends, many friends, east, west, north, and south, and it can no longer be treated as a single player on a chessboard to be manipulated only by Moscow. We are now able to manipulate ourselves. Thank you. That should be the message, and it should be patient, but it should be firm, and you should always bear in mind that Russia's weaknesses, indeed its existence, its weaknesses are now evident, and even its existence as a normal state is not assured at this point.
We've heard some really interesting arguments from some other American experts who say that what makes Uzbekistan dependent on Russia actually makes Russia dependent on Uzbekistan as well. So leverage-wise, where do you see Uzbekistan standing strong?
I think there is, among the Uzbek elite, the older generation, still an inappropriately strong assumption of the importance of Russia. Younger Uzbeks know the world. They know Asia. They know Japan. They know Europe. They know Australia, India, and they have a bigger view. And I think the old fixation on Russia is a kind of pakhmel, a kind of hangover from the Soviet times. It's necessary to get rid of this and to treat Russia only as a normal country and demand normal behavior. Uzbekistan is not in a weak position vis-a-vis Russia. Its position gets stronger daily, and it should simply set normal standards and insist that Russia abide by them. Russia's weakness is no longer a secret. It's known east and west. Will there be a Russia in the future like the Russia is today? Not clear. We'll see. That's up to the Russians. What is definitely clear is outsiders don't have to get sucked into their internal games.